He is here.
Yeah.
Who am I talking about, Beatrice?
We are talking about 𝐒𝐭𝐚𝐲, also known as Kemen. He's the CEO of Pure Fitness Africa. He's a Nigerian entrepreneur, fitness advocate, certified fitness coach, and former participant of Big Brother Naija Season 2. He has achieved the prestigious status of being Nigeria's inaugural certified international master trainer by Technogym, a global leader in wellness equipment and design. His story encompasses entrepreneurship, physical well-being, and the remarkable journey from reality TV fame to spearheading a thriving fitness enterprise. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Kemen.
We love you, but you're late.
Am I late?
No, we forgive you. It's good to have you in the studio. How are you doing today?
Thank you for having me.
We can see that you're coming from the gym now.
Yes.
Always a gym wear.
He's a gym rat through and through. You can see it in his that's what it looks like.
Before they came, I said I was going to press the muscles, but they were laughing at me. But anyway, before we came on air, so today we're talking about strength training, and thank you very much for clearly stating the difference, because I was saying weightlifting before strength training. Can you tell us again the difference, really?
So weightlifting is a sport, right? But strength training is the idea of lifting weights, but for the purpose of either building muscle or burning fat. But it's totally different from weightlifting as a sport. So strength training is good.
Strength training is good.
No matter
Women should not.
Okay.
No. Go ahead.
Are they intertwined? Weight, fat burning and building muscle, are they intertwined? Like, if you are burning fat, you're definitely building muscle, and if you're building muscle, you're definitely burning fat
at the same time.
Not necessarily.
Hand in hand.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
You have to be very deliberate with what you're trying to achieve.
Okay.
I'll use power lifters and all these strongest man competition. They are building muscle, but they are also building up the fat because it's needed for that kind of sport. Right? They're not interested in burning fat. They just want to keep loading up. They're interested in building mass, and mass is a combination of fat and muscle, just because of the kind of sport they're trying to do. But you can burn fat and also build muscle if that is what you want. And that's in the aspect of trying to be fit and well, the health, when health comes into play.
Yes.
You can also decide to burn fat and just train the muscle, not necessarily for the purpose of building mass, but just for the purpose of training it, nourishing it, strengthening it, making it flexible to just carry you every day of your life.
Oh, so there was something I said earlier before you came, and I saw it somewhere, so I want to ask if it's true. And they said the older you get, you're losing muscle mass, so you need to take a lot of protein. They were saying at me, and I think I said nonsense. The older you get, you're losing muscle mass, so you need to take more protein, you understand, to help with that, especially if you're trying to lose weight. Your goal is to burn the fat and build muscle. Is that correct?
So when conversations like this come up, I tell people there is no right and wrong answer. But sometimes you really need to understand the basis. All right. If you don't use your muscle, you're gonna lose it, regardless of your age. All right. So you can see a 60. I can bring you a 60-year-old man that has a better muscle mass to a 25, 26 or 30-year-old boy. The difference is in the training. So if you train, the difference between a 70-year-old man that stands erect and a 70-year-old man that is bent is your skeletal muscle. So I tell people the biggest problem of the world is not that we are overweight, is that we are under-muscled.
Please say that again. When you say so the big deep words. That's very deep. It's not that we. It's
not that we are overweight. It's that we are under-muscled. So I'll tell you. Well, of course, there are some people that say, "Oh, they are obese," but that's like extreme situation.
Yeah.
The bulk of the people you find at the gym are not people that are obese, right?
Yes.
But they go into the gym because they are trying to lose fat.
Yes.
I don't like to use the word lose weight because the idea is to lose fat. Being slim is not synonymous to being fit. Just like being fat is not synonymous to being
Trying to judge us big people.
So the idea is choose the body you want and be fit in it. We have two sisters that used to play sports. I say used to because I think they're both retired now. Venus Williams and Serena Williams.
Yes.
Serena is the thick one.
Yes.
Venus is the slim one. But you cannot match the fitness that is in that thick body. Serena, you can't match it. But she does not have to be slim to be fit. Because there are a lot of slim people that walk around that are not fit. And there are other bigger people that walk around that are extremely fit. So at the end of the day, it is about what you want in that body. It's about how well you train the muscle for the body. And why do you train your muscle? All right, are you training your muscle? Are you going to the gym? Are you working out so you look like you have big glutes or big shoulders or big chest? Are you training for the aesthetics? All right, or are you training for flexibility and longevity or whatever they call it? Because that's the two reasons why you should train the muscle. You know, functionality to take you, carry you through your everyday life, and longevity because you need it as a grandfather to carry your granddaughter and throw her up and you understand. So that is how it is. So when you understand the reason why you're training the muscle, and then you see that there is no harm in strength training for any gender, male or female.
I really love what he said. Because you're slim doesn't mean that you're fit, and because I'm sorry, I'm focusing on that. And because you're big doesn't mean that you're not fit.
Exactly. Because,
right?
Yeah. So would you say that strength training has benefits for like our organs, like our heart? Does it help with diabetes? Any of those things?
Of course, most of the very frequent diseases that we encounter, that we have, are skeletal muscle issues, you know. And apart from the fact that, and you know, people try to differentiate cardio from strength training. Who said you can't have a weighted cardio that requires strength training? It's all about raising that cardiovascular threshold every time you train. So whether you're running on the treadmill or you're trying to walk on the road or you're doing weighted jumping jacks. Jumping jacks don't have to be boring when you just do it without weights. Lunges don't have to be boring. You can do them with weights. You can have weighted cardio, you know, to challenge your cardiovascular threshold, but also tone up those muscles because that's what protects the body. It helps with your form. You know, keeps you erect when you walk, help with your joints, so you don't have injuries, especially in Lagos where you sit in the car in traffic. I think like 80% of people in Lagos have knee issues.
Ask them. I'm always with my I have always been an enthusiast, a wellness fitness enthusiast, right? I lost a lot of weight, then I added it back, and I'm back on the journey again, right? But ever since I added that weight back, I've been having knee issues. Like, it comes and goes. Sometimes when I use painkillers, it feels better. Then before you know it, probably I walk and I do squats because I'm trying to increase something. You have to debunk that. Especially when I'm trying to do my squats, my knee guard is always on.
Why are you begging for debunking?
My knees hurt a lot. So that stuff about, is it because we sit down for too long? Is that one of the causes?
Again, functionality is very, very key. And that's why you train those muscles, right? Because if you leave them to be dormant, they start feeling older than they actually are. So you sit for long, maybe at work, you sit in the car for a long time, and some people say, "Oh, I'm walking." Do walk. I mean, again, like I said, I tell people, fitness is like salvation. It's a personal race. You understand? So what works for me might not work for you. And what I do not agree with does not make it wrong. If you don't have issues, if you're not too old to run, if you're not too injured to run, I don't see any reason why anybody would tell me I'm taking walks for fitness reasons. No, it's too listen, fitness is too intentional. just like our everyday life.
Yeah.
Just like the work that you do.
Yeah.
I don't think you come out every day just sit on radio. You rehearse the way you
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah.
You look at your documents and read them over and over again. If you can run, why are you not running? Why are you walking? If you can lift weight, why are you not lifting? Why are you walking?
Oh, wow.
At least I'm doing something. Yes, at least you're doing something, but you can do better. You can do better
I
because
feel personally attacked.
I know.
Sorry.
Like, just talk to us directly.
because I mean everybody knows.
Looking at you.
There is this quote that is very popular on TikTok, on Instagram, on the Reel,
Yeah.
and it says, "It is a shame for a man to come to this world and live without knowing the power that his body possesses." And Socrates said that, right? It is, you have to. There's nothing as beautiful as knowing what your body is capable of becoming and doing.
That's amazing.
And the only way you can discover that is putting it to the test. Just like life puts us in this country puts us on a test to be sure if we are mad or insane.
I want to leave the country, realize that we are really not okay.
That's why you see posts like what doesn't
So
really
you
make you
can't,
stronger.
and you see people lift it when you're like, can I carry this thing? How would you know?
If you don't,
How would you know if you don't try it?
Yeah.
You know, and when you try it, you feel good about yourself. Again, like I said, strength training and training your functionality helps you to be also very independent in your own life. When you're traveling, you need to carry your luggages.
You don't have to start looking for somebody to help you.
When you travel out for vacations, you want to take walks, you want to visit certain places, you go and walk out to places, you go and walk out. So this functionality is for our everyday life. And for you to improve your life, the quality of your life, your own life. Forget what anybody thinks about how you look, because at the end of the day, your look, the aesthetic is just a compliment. The main ingredient
is your
is
health.
your health. It's your health, right?
Yes.
So if you've stayed on a path for a very long time,
Yeah.
someone says, "Oh, you've been going to the gym for 2-3 years. Well done. You look good." It's your aesthetic is the compliment. It's not the reason why you go there. Health is the reason why you need to take your fitness serious.
I like that you mentioned aesthetics, and earlier you also talk about the superficial, why people do certain things and they don't focus on the health. They're just trying to get the big glutes and the. Let's talk about squats.
because we literally have like a minute to go.
Okay.
But let's take this message. It says, I don't think every weight loss routine necessarily has to do with gymnasium, going to the gym, workout, exercise, or other physical activities. One can also lose weight with conscious, healthy diet. Take Adele, the singer, for example. I understand that she lost her way through strict dieting, which included herbal tea, remedies, and I stand to be.
Hold on. Let me help that person. Because at the end of the day, see, we have a bigger problem on our hands. We have a very big problem that the food industry, the so-called weight loss food industry, has put us.
Yes.
But that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
All right. The apples we buy from our supermarket, that's not the size of what a normal apple should look like. Those are like GMOs. So we have less. So if you look at all the fruits we take, we have less fiber in our fruits these days, and we have more sugar. So for an apple a day keeps you away from the doctor is now a lie, because the apple a day can kill you, because most of the apple you're having now is sugar. So let's not go there yet. Because there's a reason why there is food. If you do not strength train, like I said, I don't like using the word weight loss.
Yes.
I like using fat burn.
Yes.
Muscle be health first. If you're focused on weight loss, there are a lot of shitty things people do, including injecting themselves with one diabetic drug called, I've forgotten the name they call it. It's as expensive, I think, is 300 or 500k per shot.
Wow.
Okay. Weight loss is the easiest thing to do.
Wow.
Weight loss is the easiest thing to do. But losing weight is not a guarantee that you're healthy. Because if you lose weight the wrong way, you're moving yourself faster to a place of a bad place. You probably would have just left yourself where you were if you were big, and then you were fitter, rather than putting at your health at risk. A lot of people that have told the part of herbal tea, drugs, so-called diets, certain dieting to lose weight, they can't even open their mouth to tell you what they are going through right now because they will not say it. But let's not. There's a place of food, very important, but you need to understand the role food plays. In fact, food plays even a bigger role than working out. But you also need to understand how important, food is and the role food plays, not the general thing that is being sold
on
to certain people in certain industry to make billions of people.
Kemen, you have to come back. You always come
back.
Because there's a whole lot. Honestly, I wish you had enough time to talk about all these issues, and I'm so happy that you're addressing this, because a lot of us have been misinformed by what we see on social media. Some influencer comes and says, "Oh, I took this tea. Oh, this is what I did. In less than 3 weeks, I've lost weight. In less than, I didn't work out, I didn't do anything," and everybody just follows.
So they go from being a big fat person to a small fat person.
Oh, that makes sense.
Our guest today, Kevin Fitness. Those of you at Bramji, you definitely know him as the CEO of Pure Fitness Africa. Thank you so much for coming in, and I can't wait to continue this conversation and have a part 2 with you where we have enough time to debunk and shake tables, because we are table shakers here. Where can what's your handle on social media?
Kemen Fitness.
Kemen Fitness. So please follow Kemen Fitness, follow Pure Fitness Africa as well. All right. Thank you so much for coming. We gotta go on a break. Bridges.
Thank you for having me.
They are shaped and
my mouth is open.
But I'm gonna end it with this song, because in fact our guest is worthy of this song. We'll be back.
Did you enjoy this video? Hit the subscribe button for more. Leave a comment and like. Thank you.